GMA Health Alert: atrial fibrillation, or AFib, is a common type of heart rhythm condition that affects millions of Americans, many of whom are young and healthy. Rena Roy is back with the story of one young athlete who, for him, a drink of cold water could have been deadly. Rena, good morning.
Hey, Wake, good morning to you. Yeah, imagine taking a nice, refreshing sip of cold water and suddenly your heart feels like it's beating out of your chest. Well, that's what happened to the young man we spoke with, and now he's warning others.
34-year-old Franklin Arabiana has been active in sports his whole life. One hot summer day when he was 18, Franklin started to feel heart palpitations.
As I'm drinking the water, probably the most noticeable thud in my chest that I'd never experienced it before. I remember that I got super lightheaded, and I'm pretty sure that's when I passed out.
Doctors diagnosed it as atrial fibrillation, or AFib, where abnormal electrical activity causes the upper chambers of the heart to beat irregularly. It can form blood clots that travel from the heart to the brain and is a leading cause of strokes. But after doctors shocked his heart back to a normal rhythm, he continued to have episode after episode. In fact, over a 15-year period, he went to the hospital at least 25 times to have his heart rhythm shocked back to normal. While in college, he noticed a trend. AFib occurred after drinking cold water.
After a very grueling workout, I would drink cold water, and usually mid-gulp, if it was too big, I feel the double thud.
Sure enough, doctors confirming his AFib triggered by cold water. It's rare, but the vagus nerve can get stimulated by cold water, coughing, even shaving. This slows down the heart, momentarily taking over the body's natural pacemaker, making it more likely for you to go into atrial fibrillation. Memorial Hermann's Dr. Kash Hemapur performed an ablation on Franklin, a minimally invasive procedure to treat his condition.
Sometimes the symptoms are very profound and the person will say, oh, my heart is beating out of my chest, but a lot of times they're subtle. So pay attention to your symptoms.
Franklin hasn't had an AFib episode since the ablation, and his message: don't ignore your heart.
For the many that are out there that engage in sports, if you feel something, don't be afraid to tell your parents, don't be afraid to tell your physician, don't be afraid to go to the emergency room.
Now, the ablation that Franklin had does not work for everyone and is not considered a cure. AFib causes about 500,000 hospitalizations a year, and the CDC says the death rate from it is rising, so certainly very important to keep an eye out for any symptoms. Guys.
Wow,
scary there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.